Walter Bruce Willis is an American actor, producer, and singer. Born to a German mother and American father in Idar Oberstein, Germany, he moved to the United States with his family in 1957. His career began on the off-Broadway stage in the 1970s. He later achieved fame with his leading role on the hit television series Moonlighting. He has since appeared in over 70 films and is widely regarded as an action hero due to his portrayal of John McClane in the Die Hard franchise and other such roles.
His credits also include Death Becomes Her, Pulp Fiction, 12 Monkeys, The Fifth Element and The Jackal, Armageddon and Mercury Rising, The Sixth Sense, Sin City, Red, Moonrise Kingdom, The Expendables 2, Looper, and as David Dunn in the Unbreakable film series. Unbreakable, Split and Glass. He made his Broadway debut in the stage adaptation of Misery in 2015. As a musician, Willis released his debut album, The Return of Bruno, in 1987. He has released 2 more solo albums since then, in 1989 and 2001.
Willis is the recipient of several accolades, including a Golden Globe, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 2 People's Choice Awards. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2006.
Walter Bruce Willis was born on March 19, 1955, in the town of Idar Oberstein, West Germany. His father, David Willis, was an American soldier. His mother, Marlene, was German, born in Kassel. Willis is the oldest of 4 children with a sister named Florence and 2 brothers, Robert and David.
After being discharged from the military in 1957, Willis's father took his family back to Carneys Point Township, New Jersey. Willis has described himself as having come from a long line of blue-collar people. His mother worked in a bank, and his father was a welder, master mechanic, and factory worker. Willis attended Penns Grove High School in his hometown, where he encountered issues with a stutter. He was nicknamed Buck Buck by his schoolmates. Willis joined the drama club in high school, and acting on stage reduced his stutter. He was eventually appointed student council president. He attended college at Montclair State University.
After he graduated from high school in 1973, Willis took a job as a security guard at the Salem nuclear power plant and transported work crews at the DuPont Chambers Works factory in Deepwater, New Jersey. After working as a private investigator, Willis turned to acting. He enrolled in the drama program at Montclair State University, where he was cast in the class production of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Willis left school in his junior year in 1977 and moved to New York City, where in the early 1980s he supported himself as a bartender at the West 19th Street Art Bar Kamikaze. At the time, he lived in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. He performed as an extra in Paul Newman's closing summation scene in The Verdict in 1982.
Willis left New York City and headed to California. In 1984, he appeared in an episode of the TV series Miami Vice, titled No Exit.
In 1985, he was the guest actor in the first episode of the 1980s revival of The Twilight Zone, Shatterday. He successfully auditioned for the role of David Addison Jr. of the television series Moonlighting, competing against 3,000 other actors for the position.
The starring role, opposite Sybil Shepherd, helped to establish him as a comedic actor, with the show lasting 5 seasons, winning him an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series and a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series Musical or Comedy. During the height of the show's success, beverage maker Seagram hired Willis as the pitchman for their Golden Wine Cooler products. The advertising campaign paid the rising star between $5.7 million over 2 years. In spite of that, Willis chose not to renew his contract with the company when he decided to stop drinking alcohol in 1988.
Willis had his first lead role in a feature film in the 1987 Blake Edwards film Blind Date with Kim Basinger and John Larroquette. Edwards cast him again to play the real-life cowboy actor Tom Mix in Sunset. However, it was his then unexpected turn in the film Die Hard as John McClane that catapulted him to movie star and action hero status. He performed most of his own stunts in the film, and the film grossed $138,708,852 worldwide.
Following his success with Die Hard, he had a leading role in the drama and country as Vietnam veteran Emmett Smith and also provided the voice for a talking baby in Look Who's Talking, as well as its sequel, Look Who's Talking 2.
In the late 1980s, Willis enjoyed moderate success as a recording artist, recording an album of pop blues titled The Return of Bruno, which included the hit single Respect Yourself, featuring the Pointer Sisters. The LP was promoted by a Spinal Tap-like rockumentary parody, featuring scenes of Willis performing at famous events including Woodstock. He released a version of the Drifters' song Under the Boardwalk as a second single. It got to number 2 in the UK Top 40, but was less successful in the US. Willis returned to the recording studio several times afterward.
Having acquired major personal success and pop culture influence playing John McClane in Die Hard, Willis reprised his role in the sequels Die Hard 2 and Die Hard with a Vengeance. These first 3 installments in the Die Hard series grossed over US $700 million internationally and propelled Willis to the first rank of Hollywood action stars.
In the early 1990s, Willis's career suffered a moderate slump as he starred in flops such as The Bonefire of the Vanities. He gained more success with Striking Distance, but flopped again with Color of Night, another box office failure. It was savaged by critics, but did well in the home video market and became one of the top 20 most rented films in the United States in 1995. Maxim magazine also ranked his sex scene in the film as the best sex scene in film history.
In 1994, he also had a leading role in one part of Quentin Tarantino's acclaimed Pulp Fiction. The film's huge success gave a new boost to his career. In 1996, he was the executive producer and star of the cartoon Bruno the Kid, which featured a CGI representation of himself. That same year, he starred in Mike Judge's animated film Beavis and Butt-Head Do America with his then-wife Demi Moore. In the movie, he plays a drunken criminal named Muddy Grimes, who mistakenly sends Judge's titular characters to kill his wife, Dallas. He then played the lead roles in 12 Monkeys and The Fifth Element. However, by the end of the 1990s his career had fallen into another slump, with critically panned films like The Jackal, Mercury Rising, and Breakfast of Champions, saved only by the success of the Michael Bay-directed Armageddon, which was the highest-grossing film of 1998 worldwide. The same year his voice and likeness were featured in the PlayStation video game Apocalypse. In 1999, Willis then played the starring role in M. Night Shyamalan's film, The Sixth Sense, which was both a commercial and critical success.
In 2000, Willis won an Emmy for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series for his work on Friends. He was also nominated for a 2001 American Comedy Award for his work on Friends. Also in 2000, Willis played Jimmy the Tulip Tedeschi in The Whole Nine Yards alongside Matthew Perry. Willis was originally cast as Terry Benedict in Ocean's 11, but dropped out to work on recording an album. In the sequel, Ocean's 12, he makes a cameo appearance as himself. In 2005, he appeared in the film adaptation of Sin City. In 2007, he appeared in the Planet Terror half of the double feature Grindhouse as the villain, a mutant soldier. This marked Willis's second collaboration with director Robert Rodriguez, following Sin City.
Willis has appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman several times throughout his career. He filled in for an ill David Letterman on his show February 26, 2003, when he was supposed to be a guest. On many of his appearances on the show, Willis stages elaborate jokes, such as wearing a day-glow orange suit in honor of the Central Park Gates, having one side of his face made up with simulated buckshot wounds after the Harry Whittington shooting, or trying to break a record of staying underwater for only 20 seconds.
On April 12, 2007, he appeared again, this time wearing a Sanjaya Malaikar wig. On his June 25, 2007, appearance, he wore a mini turban on his head to accompany a joke about his own fictional documentary titled An Unappealing Hunch. Willis also appeared in Japanese Subaru Legacy television commercials. Tying in with this, Subaru did a limited run of Legacies badged Subaru Legacy Touring Bruce in honor of Willis.
Willis has appeared in 5 films with Samuel L. Jackson, and both actors were slated to work together in Blackwater Transit before dropping out. Willis also worked with his eldest daughter, Rumer, in the 2005 film Hostage. In 2007, he appeared in the thriller Perfect Stranger, opposite Halle Berry, the crime drama film Alpha Dog, opposite Sharon Stone, and reprised his role as John McClane in Live Free or Die Hard. Subsequently, he appeared in the films What Just Happened and Surrogates, based on the comic book of the same name.
Willis was slated to play U.S. Army General William R. Pierce in director Oliver Stone's Pinkville, a drama about the investigation of the 1968 My Lai massacre. However, due to the 2007 Writers Guild of America strike, The film was cancelled. Willis appeared on the 2008 Blues Traveler album North Hollywood Shootout, giving a spoken word performance over an instrumental blues rock jam on the track, Free Willis. In early 2009, he appeared in an advertising campaign to publicize the insurance company Norwich Union's change of name to Aviva.
Willis starred with Tracy Morgan in the comedy Cop Out, directed by Kevin Smith, and about two police detectives investigating the theft of a baseball card. The film was released in February 2010. Willis appeared in the music video for the song Stylo by Gorillaz. Also in 2010, he appeared in a cameo with former Planet Hollywood co-owners and 80s action stars Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film The Expendables. Willis played the role of generic bald man Mr. Church. This was the first time these three notable action movie actors appeared on screen together. Although the scene featuring the three was short, it was one of the most highly anticipated scenes in the film. The trio filmed their scene in an empty church on October 24, 2009. Willis next starred in Red, an adaptation of the comic book miniseries of the same name, in which he portrayed Frank Moses. The film was released on October 15, 2010.
Willis starred alongside Bill Murray, Edward Norton, and Frances McDormand in Moonrise Kingdom. Filming took place in Rhode Island under the direction of Wes Anderson in 2011. Willis returned, in an expanded role, in The Expendables 2. He appeared alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the sci-fi action film, Looper, as the older version of Gordon-Levitt's character, Joe.
Willis teamed up with 50 Cent in a film directed by David Barrett called Fire with Fire, starring opposite Josh Duhamel and Rosario Dawson, about a fireman who must save the love of his life. Willis also joined Vince Vaughn and Catherine Zeta-Jones in Lay the Favorite, directed by Stephen Frears, about a Las Vegas cocktail waitress who becomes an elite professional gambler. The two films were distributed by Lionsgate Entertainment.
Willis reprised his most famous role, John McClane, for a fifth time, starring in A Good Day to Die Hard, which was released on February 14, 2013. In an interview, Willis said, "I have a warm spot in my heart for Die Hard. It's just the sheer novelty of being able to play the same character over 25 years and still be asked back is fun. It's much more challenging to have to do a film again and try to compete with myself, which is what I do in Die Hard. I try to improve my work every time."
On October 12, 2013, Willis hosted Saturday Night Live with Katy Perry as a musical guest.
Willis will star in the movie adaptation of the video game Kane and Lynch. Dead Men, named Kane and Lynch.
In 2015, Willis made his Broadway debut in William Goldman's adaptation of Stephen King's novel Misery, opposite Laurie Metcalf at the Broadhurst Theatre.
In 2018, it was announced that Willis would be the next to be roasted by Comedy Central.
Films featuring Willis have grossed between $2.64 billion and $3.05 billion at the North American box offices, making him in 2010 the 8th highest grossing actor in a leading role and 12th highest including supporting roles. He is a two-time Emmy Award winner, two-time Golden Globe Award winner, and has been nominated for a Saturn Award 4 times.
Willis owns houses in Los Angeles and Penns Grove, New Jersey. He also rents apartments at Trump Tower and in Riverside South, Manhattan.
In 2000, Willis and his business partner Arnold Rifkin started a motion picture production company called Cheyenne Enterprises. He left the company to be run solely by Rifkin in 2007 after Live Free or Die Hard. He also owns several small businesses in Hialeah, Idaho, including the Mint Bar and the Liberty Theater, and is a co-founder of Planet Hollywood with actors Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone.
IN% 200 2009% 20 WILLIS% 20 SIGNED% 28% 20 CONTRACT% 20 TO% 20 BCOME% 20 THE% 20 INTERNATIONAL% 20 FSE% 20 OF% 20 Belviori% 20 SA+% 20 SOBISGAP% 20 UDK% 20 IN% 20 XCHNG% 20 FR% 203.3% 20 OWNERSHIP% 20 IN% 20 THE% 20 Company.
Willis's acting role models are Gary Cooper, Robert De Niro, Steve McQueen and John Wayne. Willis is left-handed.
Willis resides in Brentwood, Los Angeles with his family.
At the premiere for the film Stakeout, Willis met actress Demi Moore. They married on November 21, 1987 and had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. Willis and Moore announced their separation on June 24, 1998. They filed for divorce on October 18, 2000, and on that same day, the divorce was finalized. Regarding the divorce, Willis stated, "I felt I had failed as a father and a husband by not being able to make it work." He credited actor Will Smith for helping him cope with the situation. Willis has maintained a close relationship with both Moore and her third husband, actor Ashton Kutcher, and attended their wedding.
Willis was engaged to actress Brooke Burns until they broke up in 2004 after 10 months together. He married model Emma Heming in Turks and Caicos on March 21, 2009. Guests included his 3 daughters, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. The ceremony was not legally binding, so the couple wed again in a civil ceremony in Beverly Hills 6 days later. The couple has 2 daughters, born in April 2012 and May 2014.
Willis was a Lutheran at some point, but no longer practices. In a July 1998 interview with George magazine, he stated,
"Organized religions in general, in my opinion, are dying forms. They were all very important when we didn't know why the sun moved, why weather changed, why hurricanes occurred, or volcanoes happened. Modern religion is the entrail of modern mythology. But there are people who interpret the Bible literally. Literally. I choose not to believe that's the way. And that's what makes America cool, you know."
In 2006, he said that the United States should intervene more into Colombia in order to end the drug trafficking. In several interviews, Willis has said that he supports large salaries for teachers and police officers, and said he is disappointed in the United States foster care system, as well as treatment of Native Americans. Willis also stated that he is a supporter of gun rights, stating, "Everyone has a right to bear arms. If you take guns away from legal gun owners, then the only people who have guns are the bad guys."
In February 2006, Willis was in Manhattan to promote his film 16 Blocks with reporters. One reporter attempted to ask Willis about his opinion on the current government, but was interrupted by Willis in mid-sentence.
Willis's name was in an advertisement in the Los Angeles Times on August 17, 2006, that condemned Hamas and Hezbollah and supported Israel in the 2006 Israel-Lebanon war.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.